Think I'm live now. Yeah, what's good? What's good? What's good? Happy Wednesday, man. Hump day. I'm about to share this shit real quick. Hold up. Yeah, to the book. Um, give me a second. Give me a second. Sit down, boy. Sit down. Down. Go sit down, man. Go sit down. Sit on your rug. Let me hold up real quick, y'all. I know this shit recording me. Let me do a little promo. Give me a second. I'm coming right back. Coming right back. Yeah. Got some real shit to talk about tonight. Everybody talk about being real and keeping it real. What the whole world is about, right? It's deep though. It's a lot deeper than it seems, yo. Check it out. And people know it's a live discussion right now. Check it out. Okay. So I put that on the book, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so all right, so yeah, we live right now. You know what I mean? Live right now. Look, hey, check this out, right? This one right here, we're gonna talk about believability. When you break that word down, believability, something I've been thinking about. Had a few discussions with people earlier about different things, and that's kind of how my mind works. Even like when I used to write rhymes or write anything, it don't have to be the thing that I'm talking about. It could be something that correlates to it in life, and it'll pivot my thoughts to thinking about go sit down, man. You got a rude co-host over here, my dog Chance. It's like he know when I'm talking to people and stuff. He try to jump into it to the conversation. Go sit down, bro. I know you wish you could talk. Imagine if they could talk, bro. That'd be wild. But yeah, even on to that, go sit down. Sit down. Believability. What what do you believe in life? Think about this. The word believability, the ability to believe. But so believability is like how believable is what somebody's saying? How believable is a person when they're telling you something? Can you believe them? You know, like we can start off, of course. If you think about the rap industry, if you think about the rap industry, um, you know, let's take battle rap for instance. You got a lot of battle rappers up there. I'll do this, I do that, I do that. Now, the ones that's kind of believable, like they saying I'll do this, and they kind of capture the audience because they like, yeah, they might really do this, or they saying I'm doing this. They say this type of lifestyle I'm living. And it's just like with rap music. Especially nowadays. I feel like in our time, the gangster rap, that was the West Coast thing. You know what I mean? They really personified that. If I'm talking about this, I'm really doing it. It ain't just a lyrical thing. How nice I can rap. It's like, okay, I believe this person is on this time. You know what I mean? So that correlates, I think, so much into other aspects of life, man. Believability. Like, how much do you believe? How much do you believe of how much a person is what they say they are? And it transcends so much more into people selling themselves. You know what I mean? Like, let me give you an example. It's so many. Okay, so let's talk about jobs, right? A person could go home every day. The real them. And this is just a stereotype, but not everybody's like. But a lot of people could go home. smoke their weed, drink their alcohol, cuss their girlfriend out, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's a girl, she could be wild, she could be working in the strip club. But the believability, when she get in that interview, or he get in that interview, you got the tie on, clean cut, you going people gonna sell that image of, yeah, I'm an ideal worker. I'm the ideal person that you want to be around. You can trust me. I'm gonna come in here, punch this clock. I'm gonna do what I got to do, and I'm gonna get the job done to the highest level. They selling that believability now. If they believe that, they might go with that. That might really be that person, or it might not be. They could be a totally opposite person. Like, we see it online all the time. We live in a virtual age. You know what I'm saying? Everything is online. They could be a totally different person, but they selling that image just to get something they want. On the flip side, it could be somebody that's from the suburbs, you know what I'm saying, that never really had a struggle, which is nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? That's a blessing if you never really had a struggle. But they could be selling that image like, I'm out here, especially when you're young. We seen this. I'm out here doing this. I'm out here hustling. I'm out here, on some violent shit. I got the gun on me. I do something, crazy. If somebody provoke me, go sit down. Sit down, boy. Stop trying. Sit down. Chance, sit down. Sit down, boy. Sit down. But when people promote that, that negative aspect of it, thinking it's gonna make them look cool, that's this dude is trying to be nosy. Look, sit down, boy. Sit down, Chance. Chance, sit down. Sit down. He trying to see who I'm talking to. You ain't gonna see nobody up here. I'm talking to a screen right now. But look, whoever watching it. So look, the thing about it, yo, is like the believability in this world, yo, is crazy. If you sit back and think about it, it's all about what somebody's selling themselves as and what somebody buying it. There's an old video I saw, right? Which I never saw the video before. That's another thing I love about the digital age. There's a lot of videos that I never seen growing up because we didn't have cable. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of it, I was real young. A lot of the music I really liked was from the 90s. And I was too young probably then. So I heard a lot of stuff on the radio. I used to record it on my tape player. That's old school cassette tapes. You know what I mean? It's before DVD. I mean, CDs and DVDs. And now it's MP3s, downloadable, uploadable, whatever. We had the cassette tapes. If y'all know, I could show y'all one right now if I got up and, showed y'all. But, it's a video, Am I Dreaming, which is one of my favorite. I'm going to make a post about that later. Probably not a video post, but just a post in general. That's one of my favorite old school songs that somebody remade. It's old school. Also, Am I Dreaming was it was a duet. I can't think of who the original offhand. I'm a heavy buff on the old school music as well as hip hop, but R&B too. It's my favorite two genres, of course. I like some country, I like some rock, I like some, jazz, classical. I like all types of shit. But of course, that's what we grew up under. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so I think the group name was Old School, but okay, it was featuring Escape. Escape is the girl singing group, and Keith Sweat. Man, y'all go listen to that jump, man. That jump is still hard to this day. But I've never seen a video. So in the video, the dude, keep sweating them, seeing the dude, girl keep sliding off. That's their homeboy. That's that one of their homeboy, their friends, girlfriends. She keeps sliding off, and rest peace. From TLC, Left Eye, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. She was great too, rapping and singing. She did her thing, but I think she was more of a rapper than a singer. But she telling the girl how many times I'm keep covering for you. So, it's painting the picture like she's cheating on him or, doing something like that. But the whole time, they said we just gonna show them. Because a lot of times you tell somebody something, the homies were saying, we just gonna show them what's going on. A lot of times if you tell somebody something, it could get taken the wrong way, or they might not believe you if they really trust. So the believability factor, I'm telling you, yeah, I got dry skin, y'all. I ain't even see it, it's live now, so it's up there. I'm, but the believability factor is he's believing she's a perfect candidate for his girl or his wife, whatever he I don't know if they was married or not, but so they took her to the strip club, keep sweating them, and they like, look, basically snitched on old girl. When she hit the stage, she's like try to cover her shit up, of course, like natural reflex. And The nigga like, what the fuck? He flipped the table over. He was pissed off. In the end, she came and apologized, tears in the eyes, and they made up. You know, that's that fairy tale forgiveness, all that. But the thing is, the believability. She had him thinking she was the perfect, you know, and it could be the same. Look, a video that might have copied that, which I never realized when I was younger. It's kind of almost the same thing, but it's one of my favorite, my favorite too from my era, the '90s, which I grew up in because I was born in the '80s, so the '90s, the era I grew up in. Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge. It's kind of the same thing. Dude went to the strip club, so it was more on him, and he, you know, for his bachelor party. That's more flipped on the man being, you know. But like I said, it's the perception thing of I'm gonna do right and I'm gonna be this right person. But are you really that person? See what I mean? And that's why I say believability is it's a deep thing, man. If you sit back and think about believability, yeah, let me spark my own black up though. I'm holding it for too long. I'm a deep thinker, y'all. I sit back a lot of times and just think about a myriad of things. And for those of y'all don't know vocabulary wise what that word myriad means, it's like I think of a multitude of things a lot of times, you know what I mean, different angles. That's the thing about life. You can always view it from so many different angles, you know what I'm saying? But you know, just if you sit back and think about believability, it's so much that go into that, like faith. Let's get deep on it. Let's go to the root, because this is how the wheels were turning for me, thinking about, you know what I'm saying, thinking about, you know, faith. And okay, I give you a perfect example. What I'm trying to get at it's convoluted, and for those of y'all don't know what that word is, it's very convoluted. Could be like something that's twisted together. It's not a linear path. It's not a straight. A lot of knowledge I find in life and a lot of ways to look at shit, it ain't direct. You might have to look through something else or look around. Or, oh, okay, I get it. It might zigzag. You know what I mean? It might not come right to you, but you look at a lot of things. It's like revolving. It's like cogs. I don't know if y'all seen inside the machine. Cogs is the little wheels inside the little spokes inside the machine. This one it got grooves in it. This one might touch this one and rotate that one, rotate that one, rotate that one. So all of it will bring you to that understanding, though. You know what I mean? I hope that ain't too deep, you know, of an illustration of what I'm trying to convey. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is like, okay, believability, right? Okay, I was in Cali, right? You know, praise God, I've been sober almost 3 years now. You know what I mean? So got rid of the liquid poison. I'm still smoking sick. You know, this is poison to smoke. You know, and you know, we ain't even poison for real. That's been proved to heal a lot of stuff. I don't smoke though. I don't smoke weed. I smoke, you know, cigars. So probably should. It probably would be better than smoking tobacco. You know what I mean? Or vapes or whatever. You know, is known to cause cancer, but you know, everything is a step. It's all different levels. So you know, I conquered one level. I feel like I gave up the alcohol. So you know, I'm proud. I clap it up for myself on that. You know what I mean? But you know, it's all related to what I'm saying. Like it's like I said, it's like gears in the machine turning. Okay, so when I used to live in North County in Cali, which is Oceanside, you know, and those that been out there, you know, you got the Sprinter and I think the rail. I can't remember, it's been years. So if you want to go to, instead of making that long drive, a few hours drive out to San Diego or the area where it's popping it, and especially if you can be drinking and stuff, you could just take the train and you could drink on the train. Like, cause I seen, you know, you got police out there, you got the transit cops, I guess. Sit down, man. Stop acting up, bro. You got transit cops, I guess, that portray the area. And I seen dude bent, older guy with 240s, 40 ounces inside the bag. I'm like, nigga, you don't see these cops right over here? He like, bro, you ain't from around here. He like, man, you can get fucked up on that train. As long as you act crazy, you know. And I believe they were selling drinks on the train too. And this years ago. So you know, Virginia just catching up, legalizing a lot of stuff. Other states, especially northern states, or that was considered union states, all this backwater shit was not, they weren't with that shit. So you could drink on the train. So, you know, I'm up there, got my little flask or whatever, you know what I mean? getting right. I get out there, some kind of music seminar or something I had went to. I can't remember. I used to be heavy into the music shit in my 20s. And I was out there in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? Mid to late 20s, you know what I'm saying? I was in Cali and I think I went to San Diego. I had CDs. I think I was going to clubs, passing them out. Can't remember. I was bent a lot during bent, like drunk, fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I was getting right around that time. And so took the train out there to San Diego. You don't got to worry about them DUIs and that because you on the train, but you getting lifted. You know what I'm saying? So you get out there, you get to the little event. It's nice out there kicking it. And yo, the crazy thing in life is always like, being sober. I think it make people more serious, and it make you more. You might have more inhibitions, and that's sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's not a good thing. As far as something might hold you back from saying something more. But that was the liberating, feel nice to get from drinking. I'm already an outspoken person, but when I used to get nice, I'm not gonna hold nothing back, and that's not always a good thing because you open that bitch wide open, it's going all out. Sometimes it's good to crack it open. So that's why some people, people that smoke or whatever y'all do, is to take the edge off. Because I'm a very tense person a lot of times, bro. People don't know that. I like to joke around, laugh. I'm very tense sometimes. That's just how I am, man. I'm very serious sometimes. That's the duality of people because I'm a goofy dude. I like to joke around, play, but sometimes I'm very tense. I don't know. I've always been a serious. I don't smile a lot. I laugh more than I smile. I've always been like that. But okay, so getting back to this shit, I'm out there in San Diego. Okay, so see a dude selling books. He looked like he well off, but this world, like I said, is all believability. Thinking back on it, this man got a nice ride posted over there. It could be a rental, nigga. You in the city. See, that's the thing about the city. You gonna put this rental out there like I'm balling like that, nigga, because you trying to sell something. And guess what? When you sell something, you also got to sell yourself. So I'm not saying he's wrong for that or stupid for that, but it is misleading. And that's the thing about selling something. It's hustling. People don't think about when niggas hustling anything, magazines, drugs, it's a hustle. The definition of hustle is not even exchanging. When you hustling somebody, a hustler is basically getting over. So peep this. And like I said, if I was sober, my response might have been the same or it might have been look, but being lit, I was lit. So the nigga just came at me like, yo, he wasn't, and he wasn't black, he wasn't a nigga, but we use that term, and he was a male, he looked well off, nice suit. He's telling me, hey bro, you buy my book and it'll make you rich. Now, he has the appearance of a rich person, wealthy person, well-to-do person. Him looking at me, he know I'm still not rich, nigga. I'm all right, but I'm not rich. So even back then, he knew I wasn't rich. So the appearance thing is this thing about believability. I could have had more money than him in my bank account or my pockets, but going off appearances, a lot of people see him. They will take advice from him before they take advice from me. You know why? Bro, I could have 10 racks in my pocket and be walking around. I ain't gonna do that dumb shit, no way. But I could have whatever. I could, or my account could have whatever. You wouldn't know it because I'm not that type of person. You know what I mean? And I can't say if I was super wealthy, I wouldn't go a little to that avenue. I'm still a fairly young guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm still a nigga. Let's be real. So I'm a nigga to the point of like, I like to splurge sometimes. I like to look nice sometimes. So it's all a mood thing with me and a mindset thing. My mindset change all the time. My views change all the time. How I look at stuff, how I approach stuff, change all the time. But okay, the thing about this shit is though, okay, so looking at him and looking at me, both of us probably around. Well, he's probably maybe 15 years older than me. I'm maybe 25. Then this dude was maybe what 40, 45. Yeah, he might have been 20 years old, 40, early 40s. He was probably the age I'm approaching now. I'm almost 40, but he was probably maybe 41, 42. He looked like he was successful. Got a nice foreign car. But like I said, perception and believability is deep and it's real, yo. Like it could look like this. That don't mean it is this, though. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean it is this. So, okay, the perception of it leads to the believability. He's out here hustling these books. I don't knock nobody hustle. Even if you're trying to get over on niggas, you know what? You gotta deal with that calm. You gotta deal with that consequences. But what? Guess what? It's a world of survival. It's a world of fucking capitalism, money. You know, you can tell somebody you love them all day, but in a money world, when you support them, you show them that you love them. You know, that's real. Somebody got a business, you can tell them, bro, I'm gonna share your shit. I'm gonna do this, and that's a form of support. But if you actually buy their product, you showing them, you know, you got some kind of, if not even love, you got some kind of faith in their shit or belief in them. That's what I'm saying. Believability, belief, the key word. Believability, the ability to believe. You know what I'm saying? When you break words down, it says a lot, and it simplifies a lot. A lot of complex shit is simplified, definitely simplified by, you know, by breaking words down. So, like I was saying, the believability. This guy's telling me I got these books, self-help books, which I've read several self-help books. It's good information, I feel like, and it's good for motivation. You know what I mean? Ideas, approaches, different ways to look at shit. But guess what? Every approach this person is putting down, it worked for them. That don't mean it's gonna work for you. And everything they saying, they might not even believe in it. You gotta look at it like that. It's a believability thing. They might not believe in it, but they might be, okay, I'm gonna tell these motherfuckers what they want to hear. And this is how I'm gonna break it down to, like I broke it down to this guy. You know, I'm not gonna disrespect him and say this motherfucker or whatever. He wasn't really disrespectful for me, but he was a little pompous. If y'all know it, a little proud. And bro, if you do this, if you follow these steps, you'll be rich like me. And this is the thing. So, bro, you selling this book for $29.99. This is what I told this cat. And probably if I wasn't lit, I wouldn't have been as theatrical as I was, probably. Probably pissed him off. But guess what? You coming at me with theatrics, nigga, I can show you the same. So everything is a mental game in this world. So you coming with the high card, I'm coming with the ace and the joker, nigga. Come on, let's go. But okay, because you getting something, you looking to gain something from me. That's the thing about it. Anytime somebody is selling or pitching something to you, they're trying to gain something from you. So even if they're looking down on you in their own way or telling you need to step to this level, you need me. Now, it's up to me if my belief is to think that I need you, but I don't really need you because I would have walked right past and, you know, live my. But let's say you did give me some game to help me become rich or wealthy or successful. Hey, you did help me then, but it's still you pitching that belief system to me. So check this out. This cat gonna tell me, buy my book and become successful, become rich. So I hit him with this. So, bro, you telling me everybody that bought this book became successful? Everybody became rich? Of your ideas, of your approach, of what you instructing people. If you move this way and operate this way, you will be like me. There's a few things about that. Like I said before, it might have worked for you. That don't mean it's gonna work for me. And I'm not coming from a doubt area because it might work. I might buy this and it might be the fuel I needed and the spark I needed to drive me to where I'm trying to go. But on the flip side of that, think about it, bro. Sometimes people think too deep. I think sometimes too. Look, I look at shit sometimes deep, but I look at it sometimes on a general scale, like right here in front of me. You selling these books for $30, $29.99. Now, if you sell 100,000 copies, tell me how much that is. If you sell $30 books and you sell 1,000,000 units, that's $30 million. That's how you bought that foreign car, nigga. Because people believed you enough to purchase it. Let's simplify it like that. And we got into a little debate. And, I was a little tipsy. So, I gave it to that nigga, like how I felt about it, And he gonna tell me his points, Yeah, but, I don't get all the proceeds from blah, blah, blah. It don't matter. If you get 20% of that 30 million, you got a lot of money, my boy. Because people like me that walk past, listen, and believe you. Now, how's that any different than a rapper? They sell you, their lifestyle, and they tell you, I don't want my kids going to Ivy League schools. I want my kids going to private schools. I want my kids going to college. But they tell you about all the dope they sold, all the people they murdered. all the bad and notorious things. No diss to Biggie. That's my nigga. Rest in peace, Big. You know what I'm saying? But just notorious is the word notorious. All the nefarious things. Let's use nefarious. All the wild shit they did that's attention grabbing and interesting. They got them that acclaim and got them the money and the fame. And it's up to you if you believe in that and you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna support this motherfucker." Or on a skill scale, say you feel like this motherfucker is the best rapper skill wise, you still believe in, yeah, I'm believing that this motherfucker is this nice that I'm gonna support his shit. And what they said or how they acted is why you supported them. And that's where they got the success from. So it's the believability factor. Now I feel like skills is kind of can be quantified. You look at a basketball player, a football player, or even on a technical scale, if you take the business side of music out of it, you look at how good somebody can rap, or how, which is all subjective, but you can still say Busta Rhymes spit like this. I mean, I can see where he twist around fast. I can see where he Bone Thugs or Tupac poetic. Nas got the smooth lyrical, Black Thought. All these guys got Kendrick got his style. What I'm saying. All these guys, J. Cole, some people like J. They got their ways of going about it, and you can at least say, okay, I can see where you're coming from the quantify. But the street rappers and the street aspect of that is, the street aspect is, do we believe this motherfucker is real? And if we do, we're gonna ride with him. And then you see all these guys getting in trouble. Young guys, Kodak, Young Boy, all these guys. I'm gonna ride with this squad. They could be beefing two different sides. Who is it? Young Boy and Quando Rondo versus Dirk and rest in peace to what's his name? King Von. You look at the messages on Facebook, YouTube, these young kids going at it. OTF, what's Young Boy, they going at it like you really know. You don't know these niggas, man. And it's not no knock to y'all young. We was young before. Niggas was like that with Biggie and Pac. Ask me, bro. I'm a Pac fan. Niggas that know me, I've been a Pac fan forever. And being on the East Coast, being in Virginia, niggas would clown. They don't use the I get around. Like, nigga, listen to Machiavelli, nigga. Go listen to Hellraiser. Go listen to Dear Mom. Go listen to goddamn I Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto. You know what I'm saying? And Biggie is my nigga lyrically. You know what I'm saying? We talking lyrics. Biggie is that nigga, like flipping words. He said, "Blunts the branches, trees the avalanches. It's the praying mantis, motherfucking rap phenomenon, deep like the man of Farrakhan." Come on, bro, Hey, Biggie know how to flip his shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Biggie is that, you know what I mean? But Pop, come on, bro. Pop, man. Now I feel abandoned because Pat Buchanan say I'm greedy. You can take my taxes, send me to war, but can't feed me. It's so easy to regret things after they done. Babies catching murder cases, scared to laugh in the sun. The tragedy is that we all need love and doses. At times like these, we feel closest. The good die young. See, Biggie more from the mental. Biggie is more from the mental, and Pac is more from the heart. You know what I'm saying? So salute to them brothers, two great kings. Rest in peace, died too early over some dumb bullshit, which is a hood thing. That's why it go back to relatability and believability. All the negativity and all the drama and competition, that is a hood thing. This thing popping up on me. That's a hood thing. We all know that. Anybody that is really from the hood or really been through that, grew up in them circumstances, neighborhoods, projects, whatever. You know the competition. You know niggas on the block washing the car. You see some bitches coming through, some women, no disrespect. See some women coming through, or see some other guys on my shit fresher than yours. I'm gonna shine my shit up and stunt. Ball on these niggas. That's what it's never ball on the oppressors though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna get real deep with my shit, bro. I've been wanting to do this shit for. I got my feet kicked back now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making the time because I always say I got time today. Remember, the brother said the guy, I ain't had time the other day. I got time today. I'm gonna make some time to do this shit, bro. To put more. I heard this spoken word thing. I'm gonna put that out there too. I don't know if on this platform, but I'm gonna put it out there too. Just really touched me earlier, bro. Touched my heart, bro, in my mind. Like, guy just talking about how it is being black in America. You know what I mean? And the thing about that spoken word is not constricted to It's artistic and poetic, but it's not restricted to rhythm and having a rhyme like a rap song. You know, that's the complication with a rap song. It gotta rhyme, it gotta have a rhythm, gotta have the right tone, all that shit. When you just spoken word, you can be raw with it. But this is the rawest form, straight talking. That's one thing I love about interviews, podcasts. I watch all that shit. Niggas is telling you exactly how they feel straight from the heart, and it's coming straight forward. It ain't no fanciness needed for this shit. Just go ahead and say what you feel, say what you think, and a lot of people might agree. You know what I'm saying? But as all things, it's all based on believability. Think about this, bro. Let me get back to the like I said, my mind working I don't think on a linear level. I never have. I don't think of one step at a time. I'm thinking of angles. It's always angles or circular motion. It's hard to describe, bro. I can see 10 things at once from 10 different, like let's say from the street aspect, from the it's hard to describe, man. You know what I mean? It's hard perception, yo. You know what I mean? It's kind of like on them games where you hit that little button in cloak mode or you just reading different shit. And that's the deepness of us being human beings and spiritual beings. You know what I'm saying? We have, bro, we have perception and depth to us that we don't even understand, yo. We all do. And like I was talking about on another one of these videos about animals, you think about a dog, he can't see that good. They say they see in black and white. I don't know for sure. I need to now with the Google era, you can Google it, but you know, I'd rather read a book and that really from some doctors and specialists that really examine that thing. But I just know if their eyesight ain't that good, guess what? Their hearing, their vision. I can show you this nigga right now. He sleep over here, ears perked all the way up. So he probably in rest mode, but guess what? His alertness, something happened, he probably gonna pop up so quick, and his ears is tuned in. They can hear you from that far away. They can smell you coming from. You know what I mean? And it don't mean you got to be funky. You can take a bath, whatever. They still smell your unique scent, a scent that a lot of times you can't even smell on people. You know what I mean? People could, let's say people could have a distinctive smell. We might not be able to smell it. They can smell it. I don't care if you take 10 baths or if you just walk around, niggas, motherfuckers funky and they can smell through that and smell like that's Mick right there. That's such and such. That's, you know, but you'd be surprised what you can pick up too, being a spiritual, you know, spiritual being in a human body, in an amazing human body, which scientists will try to say, like I always tell people, science proves, you know, to me, proves a creator, a God, because they try to do anything to excuse and take him out of it, you know, the creator, the God, they try to take God out of it and say it's intelligent design. If it's intelligent design, who is the intelligent being that designed us then? That's my query to everybody. The Big Bang, everything just a clusterfuck that just so happened to fall perfectly in place like dominoes, like Legos, and just built everything up. That's the randomness and the chance of that happening is but you know, we go deeper to that scientific shit. But like I said, man, believability is a real thing. And like I tell people, man, it's you know, you go to faith, you go to religion, you know, and we know this in the black community. The church get the most funds out of everybody. You know this. Like I saw Umar talking about Dr. Umar. I don't know if y'all watch him. You know, people talking about his school. He's a scam artist. I don't know. Possibly a lot of them could be scamming, and you know, if the gain is wanted from them giving knowledge or them saying deep shit, if it's a financial gain, we don't know in their heart totally. But the cat say some real shit sometimes. I can't sit here talking about. You know, we always say the Asians coming in here into our community with the hair salons and stuff, hair beauty supply stores. And I've been everywhere from Virginia to Cali to New York to Houston. It's the same all over. A lot of times, Arabic people, different Indian from India, not Native Americans, who they call Indian, they own hotels or they own gas stations. But like a video I seen, a brother went in there and said, "I put your kids through school, motherfucker. You ain't gonna buy these shirts I made." Guy had the shirts airbrushed or whatever. Support us, nigga. You in our community, support us. I can't do that, bro. I can't do that, brother. So that's another whole, you know. But the thing is, the black church. gets a lot from the faith of people that's in the church. I'm not saying it's not wrong to have faith in God, but the believability. You believe in Jesus, you believe in God, you believe you Baptist, Christian, you got Muslims, you got all types of different faith. And in order of that belief system, that's how you're gonna spend your money. That's how you're gonna live your life. It's believability. You know what I mean? And in a capitalist world, it's crazy because when people actually read that Bible, Jesus wasn't wearing silks and golds. That was the Egyptian times. Jesus could have been rolling like the pharaohs. Let's be real about it. If that man cared about material things, he could have been riding a gold chariot like the pharaoh, horses with gold on them. You see, man, that guy came back to Bethlehem. Y'all that know the scriptures and word, the man came back riding on a donkey. Now, I know what lesson I got from that. Y'all can, not go too deep into theology and belief systems and all that, but the irony of America that's all about money is that the same people that read that Bible, they tell you the man was washing people's feet, bro, because they was going through the desert. Just respect. They wash each other's feet. Like, we walking through the desert with sandals on. The hot desert, bro. The humility. When I get this fish and this bread, 2 loaves of bread, and I think 2 fish, I'm going to make enough to feed everybody. But in the physical, real world, we're going to take all this fish and this bread. We might give y'all this much. And I'm not saying all churches. But shout out to my brother, man. I always shout my big brother out, Mac. And those that know me from rapping and, being a lyricist my whole life and getting down like that, they don't realize I always tell people, like watching Michael Jordan show. Michael Jordan was a little kid competing against his brother that was like grown, I think 17 years old. Michael Jordan was like 9 years old. People don't give that much credit to. That's what made him so great. He was a kid competing against grown men, bro, that he looked up to. And it's the competition of brothers, man. It's a sibling thing. You know what I'm saying? The siblings have, rivalries. And it can be healthy, it can be unhealthy, but it's real. Because your closest comparison point, like they say, your mother and father is the closest thing to God when you were a kid. You look at them like, these are the examples I got of how I should be when I get big, when I grow up. And they instructing me and telling me, now you can grow up and find some of it is you're going to feel like it's bullshit. You might not agree with some of it. A lot of you might not agree with, but that was their mold for you. That was the standard they set for you. Your grandparents, that's the standard they set for you in your life. And your kids and your cousins and your brothers and sisters, definitely in household, they're the first immediate example you get of this is how I should be, especially your older brother. My older brother was like my dad. We was on 2 years apart. I looked up to him like my dad. I still look up to my brother, but especially when I was a kid, that nigga used to draw, paint. I used to draw and paint. I know I used to get on his nerves. I was, and then me being a rapper and, coming from that era, we always criticized biters. I was a biter, bro. Like, I was anything that man would do, when we was kids, anything that boy would do, this boy, when I was a little boy, I would do the same thing. So that's how I got into rapping too. He was more of a DMX fan. And, they'll say, the nigga used to, hey, dog, sometimes I was a Cannabis fan, bro. That's one of my favorite, lyrics, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm into them bars, man. I rip your goddamn skin off just to get on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? X, stay out in the dark. Because if I catch you when the sun is down, run it, clown. Get up off that. Or I'm going to gun you down. Want it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, X is more. That's what I'm saying. X believability was more. You got people like Onyx that was hardcore rap, but they all animated. Yeah, I thought you got it. Going crazy. X is like LOX. Them niggas, they telling you, bro, the shit they spitting, niggas is really believe. These niggas really, and then you can look at their lifestyle. Them niggas got charges and cases and incidents. Beanie Siegel, all them cats, like, it is no different than right now. Young boy, and I'm getting in trouble with the law and all these cats, and all them Chicago cats rapping about it's just out of control now, but it still is no level on that because it's like people always saying we're keeping it real, and then with Snoop, murder was the case. and he got a murder charge. He beat the attempted murder charge. So, well, I think it was a murder. But you can look at Snoop when he was young. Now the man is peaceful, and that's why he's successful and proceeded in life as an older person. He still got that G in him, that gangster in him, from being, like you watch that show BMF, one of my favorite shows. When the dude Lamar, the crazy dude, came to church, you gonna fix my dog, psycho. And the dog dad, he like, yo, is God gonna save this dog? He like, bro, you tripping. You need to go somewhere with that, bro. So he pulled the strap out, in the church. And that was a funny scene. But like he said, you almost brought the east side out of him. And even though he's from the West Coast, he's from the east side of Long Beach. So he was saying, you almost brought the east side of back out of me, bro. That shit was funny. That shit was real though, you know what I mean? But it's the believability, bro. 50 Cent. All these cats that's looked at as gangster. Now you got cats that rap like that, but they're not believable. They're not as believable, or they may be too nice. They're not gonna sell as much. Just like, let's be real. Let's talk about the R&B world real quick. You got Chris Brown, Trey Songz, all these guys. They're sex symbols for women. That's the believability. They talking about romance. Now you got a big dude like Ruben Studdard. He could be talking about romanticizing girls. They looking like, yeah, you'll take a girl out to eat type of, But they, unless the ones that attracted to, guys like him that don't dress super, like that, or shirt off trying to, But for the most part, they're going with Chris Brown. They're going with the guy that's in shape and, sex symbol. Just like with these women, the believability, all these girls talking about Megan Thee Stallion, talking about freaky stuff, Nicki Minaj. You look at them, they are fine women. So the believability is, yeah, this John a freak, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I mean? Niggas is thinking like that. And the girls that's following them is thinking like, damn, I want to be like her. And not saying that's a good thing to do either, but the believability is there. You got a girl like Remy Ma who she got the sex appeal too, but she also got the crazy side. And it's just like with Cardi and Nicki, it's confirmed through their actions. And, you see they not playing. They rapping, they sexy and freaking out, but they really will bust somebody in the ass too. Remy did a few years, didn't snitch on nobody. Lil' Kim did a few years, didn't snitch on nobody. So not saying that's something that should be praised, but guess what? The believability factor is there. Pox blasted 2 cops. You know what I mean? 2 undercovers. He didn't know there was, but I know when he found out, that nigga had to be like, God. But the believability of him saying, I'm a Black Panther, raised by Black Panthers, his mother was a Black Panther, and I'm riding for my people, Black people. But he saw them beating up an older Black man, 2 young white guys, and he fired on them. Straight up. And just so happened it turned out to be undercovers. But the thing is, the believability of him saying, I'm down for the people. Tell me how many rappers would have did it, especially nowadays. Most niggas, bro, they could see a nigga get jumped. I don't know that nigga. Or they might jump in and throw another kick in. Niggas just hateful like that, bro. But I promise you this. I don't see Mexicans. I used to live in Cali, so I done seen Mexicans ride for niggas. They didn't even know motherfuckers, bro. He one of us. They riding for that nigga, bro. We had that unity, which is another whole situation, another whole conversation. But the believability and conviction in things in life, bro, is so real and so deep when you look at it, even if it's not real. That's the point, man. That they kind of stick out to me in my head when I'm talking to somebody earlier. And we just thinking, and that's how I came about this decided to make this little talk thing, because the believability of that shit is so crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, that shit wild. Yo, like, you could take so many cats that done got exposed. I wouldn't even use 6ix9ine, for example, because like anybody really know he was fake. But it been other rappers that you wouldn't think snitched. But it could be evidence that came out and you're like, damn, I thought this motherfucker was real. I thought, But guess what? You might cut them off after you found out about some shit like that, but up until that point, you was buying their albums, you was supporting them, you was going to their concerts. watching them on stage. And it's another thing that kind of brought me to this conversation. That show, go out and watch that show, and the fact that, how you say her name, Malia Obama. I don't want to butcher her name, Malia Obama. His oldest daughter, the one that looked more like him to me. She looked more like him. And she like her mom too. She tall and slim. Obama, oldest daughter, I believe. Yeah, I think the younger one looked more like Michelle, but I think she looked more like him. She got that slim, skinny face, tall. She was one of the writers for that show, Swarm. But y'all go check that. That shit is dope, yo. Like, I ain't gonna spoil it. And my boy Donald Glover, This Is America. That's my favorite. I know y'all see me saying that hashtag, that shit all day. This is America. Like, America just so foul, bro, on so many levels. And I like the fact, like Dave Chappelle, like Boondock, so many other people, they make light of it, but it's still Chris Rock. They make light of situations, but it's still real. Like, the information they're giving out and the situation they're talking about, it's still real. But yeah, man, I'm almost finished the black. You know what I'm saying? But so I might conclude when I get it. I don't know. I just I be in my mind, thinking about shit a lot. But yeah, man. Like I said, the whole point of this shit, bro, talking about believability, and you would be surprised, yo, how many things are not what you think they are. And I think as people get older, you realize this. You know what I mean? It's the believability, though. The believability. Let's go into another chapter. Police. It's perception. I have gotten to so many debates online with strangers a lot of times because you leave a comment on YouTube or, like, let's say on Facebook on a major post. That's one of the posts, 100,000 likes. It's all different walks of, and that's the interesting thing about it. The thing about me is I'm not a disrespectful person until you get disrespectful or until you try to belittle me with knowledge. Then I'm gonna belittle me with braggadocious, trying to seem like you're so sophisticated and more intelligent than me. Then I'm gonna belittle you with knowledge. That's just how I move. I'm gonna show you I know. I'm gonna bring the receipts and lay that shit out for you. I know what time it is. So, when motherfuckers do the shit like that, you know, um, I had countless, but it's like two different worlds. Like, I read this in a book so long ago, right? And it's so deep, man. It said two people could physically, you talking about matter. Y'all know what matter is. It's like matter is what mass is what composes. My body is 140 pounds, man. 6 foot tall, 140 pounds, mass. Somebody could be right next to me physically. We right next to each other. Mentally, two different worlds apart. Spiritually, we could be two totally different people. We could be in line at Kroger's, at Walmart somewhere. Two totally different people, belief system, but we physically right beside each other, right one in front of the other in line, about to get groceries or whatever. You think about how deep that is, though. That shit is crazy. That's how you know every person is their own universe in their mind, yo. If you read, you got your own universe, you got your own system. They got their own. They right behind you. And when you communicate, you might merge and meld ideas, and that's the dope and the bad thing I think about places like Facebook and YouTube. The dope thing is you might can learn something from somebody, two people that were probably, because of the tension of being human, not just racially, but just being human, period, and not wanting to leak out your boundaries or not wanting to step over nobody else's boundaries or not wanting them to step over yours or not wanting to come out your shell, the apprehension, the uneasiness. A lot of people don't want to deal with that, so they ain't gonna talk to nobody that's different than them or they feel like it's different than them. But Facebook, people feel comfortable. So that's the good, like the mix of ideas. I feel like is good, but also all that crazy shit, talking crazy to people and talking down and trying to belittle that shit. They feel empowered and they feel comfortable enough. They can be in their house like I'm in the house right now, talking crazy to you, but you're not physically nowhere where something can happen, or not even saying physically like in physical altercation. Nothing verbally can even happen. I can't cuss you out. You can't cuss me out. You can't hear my response. You can leave a whole paragraph up here talking shit, and I can leave me a paragraph, but you know what? You might not even read it. I might not read your shit. You might say, fuck this motherfucker. I might say, fuck you. So, see what I mean? It's like it get lost in translation, man. You know what I mean? A lot of shit get lost in translation. But, you know, I done got so many. We could talk about the police real quick, right? the perception of it to a lot of black guys who've grown up and have had negative altercations with them, who have been perceived from the jump as a negative, as a problem by these same people. I always tell them the best example that I can do looking at both sides of it is like my dog. Let's use him as that's a watchdog. He's not a watchdog. He's a being. He's God created him too. But by nature, he's a protector. That's the type of person, the type of animal. I can't say animal because you got some dogs that scared, some dogs, he's bold. He's a protector though. He ain't gonna let if he see me get somebody a hug at night before I seen him in the car about to go crazy. Why this nigga grab my boy? He don't know what's going on. Or he hear two people debating or talking, voices get loud. He gonna start barking. He like, yo, what y'all trying to hurt? So that's in his nature and also in his mind. He probably want to protect me. You know what I mean? And I protect him also on my level, my wavelength. You know what I mean? So, but it's an unspoken communication because he can't talk. Or he can't talk where I can understand him because I can talk where I can say all this right now. He might understand, but he might understand my vibe. He might understand my movements. I don't know. I can't read that, man. I never met a dog that communicate 100% where a person can understand them. So we don't know the full capacity of that. But like I said, man, how I look at police and forces and agents of control. That's how I look at a lot of that shit. They're like watchdogs. So if they're not protecting me, that means I'm a target. I'm a target or I'm something to be analyzed and not trusted. So them not trusting a lot of us, and which they've shown through actions of harassment and could be abuse. It could be a lot of murders, a lot of uncalled for murders, a lot of unarmed people hurt by these same ones that say serve and protect. But the ones that they serve and protect, of course, are gonna think they're the good guys. See, it's a perception thing. It's a believability thing. Fuck 12. We don't believe you. The believability is not there. When you say serve and protect, you're not talking to me, bro. Or girl, whoever. You're not talking to me. Serve and protect these buildings. Because it's all about capitalism and money. Serve and protect these people that got money. And serve and protect these people that America was made for. Let's be real. When it was colonized and taken from the Native Americans, enslaved people brought over here, Chinese people building the railroads, this is history. And we all know the ones that it was made for. They're here to protect y'all. So don't try to tell me to be friends with an oppressive force, a controlling force, a negative force. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me to give a fuck about them. So, and I used to try when you're younger, stress yourself out, try to get them to understand that shit. I can't get you to understand because you can't walk in my shoes. You know what I mean? I got white brothers that grew up around us and stuff like that. I'm not saying they didn't go through the struggle. A lot of them, struggle too. But the fact is, bro, you put that collar shirt on, the police might still look at you like a thug. He's definitely gonna look at me like one though, and I'm not even dark. That's the fucked up part about this world. It's a perception thing. The believability for them is the darker you are, the worse you are. That's their believability. That's what the police, a lot of them believe. They're trained to believe like that, and not just the training, it's the society, the racist American society. That is what they've been teaching their kids for centuries. Let's be real. Now, I'm not saying that's what they should be doing or that's what all of them do. I got a lot of friends that's of all different races that I feel like are real people, authentic, and I feel like they got some kind of genuine love and respect for other people. I'm not talking about y'all, man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If I know people like that and I've known people like that, I don't fuck with them motherfuckers. So I ain't gonna say I know them because I don't stay the fuck around. I don't try to convert motherfuckers. If you're a devil, if you evil, hey, you got to get right with God on your own, bro. I'm gonna tell you what it is though. Now, me and you probably not gonna coexist because I'm not one of them niggas token Negroes that's just gonna sit around and listen to your bullshit or tolerate it. No, sir, I'm not one of those. But I'm gonna tell you what it is. You gonna look at how you look at it. I look at how I look at it. But guess what? When you target it and you're the one oppressed, it's different. I can't tell no woman that's being oppressed in a chauvinistic society. See, I'm real about it. I'm a man. But let's be real. This is a chauvinistic society. Like I said, I criticize OnlyFans and stuff. I call niggas simps, but guess what? Simps the ones that's empowering thoughts and whoever else. Whoever chooses to go that route. Like, if it wasn't successful, they wouldn't be doing it. Like I say, that's the world's oldest profession. We all know the world's oldest profession. So somebody buying it. I can't just hate, can't hate the players or the playettes. They gotta hate the game. You know what I mean? And I do hate the game. Very much. Because it's all a game. And I feel like it's the devil's game, man. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of shit is the devil's game. And, what they say, what gains a man to gain the whole world and lose your soul? That's the deepest thing. People don't, whether, people believe in the Bible or whatever. The soul, the integral part, even if they don't believe in the soul, actual spiritual soul, but let's just say what the part that makes you you. If you lose yourself to gain the world and to be looked at and loved by others, because I don't know if any conditional love is real love to me. If it gotta have a condition, if I have to look like $1 million, if I have to be the strongest man around, the richest man around, the coolest man around, just for you to love me, do you really love me? Or when I lose all that stuff, will you look at me like I ain't shit again or hate me again? I know the answer to that. That's why I don't give a fuck about shit like that. But a lot of people in this world do. And this is what it is. And I know this is wrong about I got a little piece of one. I ain't gonna break no other. I got a pack, y'all, but I ain't gonna break no other one out. But I'm about to transfer. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been sober for a while. I ain't making no excuses for this shit, but it's always something though. Smoking is not good. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Smoke that shit down to the plastic, nigga. Yeah, but yeah, bro. Like, sis, whoever watching this, believability is believability is all in perception and how deep people go with it. How deep people choose to believe the shit. And you know what I mean? Believability is a motherfucker, because when people believe things, you think about, let's go deep with it. Think about people like Hitler and them. They convinced the whole nation to hate these people. Leopold, who actually killed more Africans in the Congo than Hitler did to he did more than not saying it's a contest of evil, but they don't talk about him like they talk about Hitler. And we all know why. Both of them pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? Both of them pieces of shit. But the fact they convinced so many people to follow them on a genocidal campaign, the forefathers. Talk about the president. I heard people say Obama was the worst president. What? Do you know how many of them own slaves? George Washington. You know how many of them own? You know how many of them murdered thousands of Native Americans and was cool about that? Say, hey, we're in the land of the free now. After we took y'all out and did dirty, robbed y'all for everything we got, we're in the land of the free. Now we're free to worship whatever we want to worship and live how we want to live. After we took y'all shit, that's America. That's America. That's the America I know. It was like, make America great. Come on, bro. It might have been great for you back when you could walk up and spit on somebody and have no consequence. Back when you could, you know, you can't eat in the same restaurant as me. You can't drink in the same from the same water. That might have been great to you if you're a hater. If you're a hateful person, that might have been great for you. It wasn't great for my ancestors, though, nigga. It wasn't great for us. It's still not great, and I don't know if it ever will be. Because great, the word great means everything's okay. Being a black man, I'm only half black. Shout out to Samoans, my Usos, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see this? That's appropriation too. Y'all know what this is? It's an island thing, nigga. That's Hawaiian, Hawaii, Samoa. Come on, man. Tonga, shout out Tonga. That's on the West Coast. You know, you got the Caribbean islands. Shout out to all of them. Dominicans, Haitians, all of them. That's Florida, Cubans, you know what I'm saying? All that's all down the East Coast. Down the West Coast, you got Mexico, of course. You got Hawaii, Samoa, Fiji. Y'all like Fiji water, right? The expensive, the good ass water. Fijians. They brothers. You know what I mean? Like all island people. Big shout out. Shout out to the Rastafari. You know, shout out to what's my man? Bob Marley. Come on, Jamaicans. Come on, bro. Like, but even being, the way they say one drop rule. So that's how a lot of it looked to me. Look at my hair. That's enough for them to say, oh, when I wear my shit grow to the sun, bro. My shit grow. That's how God made it. My hair grow up to the sun. Just because my hair don't naturally lay down, it can be braided up in design, which is ill. A lot of people can't do this with hair textures. That shit'll come out. My shit's soft. It'll come out in about a week and a half. I got to keep it, 2 weeks. Got to keep it right. A lot of people shit won't stay 2 days, but they'll judge you because that shit is. And you know what? Love your long straight hair. If your hair is long and straight, love it. That's how God made you. My shit grow to the sun. Guess what? I love it. I'm not gonna sit here and compare why my shit ain't like yours. That's how. See, that's the self hate thing. They want you to hate. I'm never gonna hate myself, nigga. Fuck that. If I love God, I believe God made me how He wanted me to be. I'm not gonna say I'm being everything He wanted me to be, but you know, if I love God, I gotta love myself, bro. Look at that, and that's a believability thing. That could be total bullshit. You know what I mean? In reality, that could be total bullshit, but that's what I believe, and that's why I say believability. I believe in these black and miles to ease my nerves because I get them all the time. But guess what? That's why it's an industry. People buying them to ease their nerves. People buying Marlboros. People buying Newports. It's all a believability thing. You know what I'm saying? People, of course, people smoking weed, drinking all kinds of alcohol, drinking all kinds of beer. They believe that's gonna ease their nerves. They believe that's gonna get them in the right mind state. When I used to drink a lot, that's what it was. I believe that shit. I believe I needed that shit at a point. Now, at first, I think I just believed I liked it. But I think it got to the point where I believe I really needed this shit because it take the edge off. I don't feel right. And to the point now, I can't go around a lot of clubs and bars and places where they get alcohol at. It ain't even an addiction thing to me no more. I feel like it was an addiction. I feel like I was wrapped up in it, but it's the believability. I love the way it made me feel. You know what I mean? But the believability is I can't be around people doing that shit. Y'all having fun doing those. I'm not a hater, yo, but I don't want to be the stick in the mud, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the fucking lame motherfucker like, y'all having fun. Like, I'm over here, I ain't feeling it. You know what I mean? The vibe. It's definitely a vibe increaser for me. But my problem is it increase the vibe too much. You know what I mean? Sometimes they increase that frequency too much. Because ain't no regulator on that. When you're drinking that alcohol, it could be going up 1, 2, 3. That shit could just jump to 10, yo. Jump from 2 to 10. 0 to 100 real quick. What's this up? But it's a believability thing. Believability. I'm gonna put it like this, man. I know it's going on the hours, almost midnight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be up for a little while. But I'm gonna end it with this. Believability is why the churches is full, because that's their belief. Believability is why the strip clubs is full. Now I'm not comparing them two things. It's two totally different things. Believability is why, you know, so many hustlers, drug dealers make so much money. Why so many alcohol companies make so much money. Why Jordan sells so much. Why so many clothing brands. I believe that I need to look like this, or I feel like I ain't shit. I believe I need to wear this cologne that smell good, or girls ain't gonna like me. I believe I need girls. I believe she need to wear perfume, or dudes ain't gonna be attracted to her. She believes she need makeup, or you know what I'm saying. Believability powers and pushes so many industries. And just like I told you, I told the brother that was selling the books, big up to you, peace to you. I hope everything continue to succeed, continue to prosper. But don't try to lie to me, nigga. You start laughing. Don't try to lie to me. I'm not knocking your hustle, but that don't mean I believe you, motherfucker. I ain't gonna say, yeah, I ain't calling him. But I'm not. That don't mean I believe you. I don't have to believe you to be verified. That don't mean you lying either. I could learn something from buying this book for $30 fucking. We adults. People like $30 ain't a lot. $30 is $30, nigga. I'm gonna tell you, if I was a millionaire, to me, $30 is $30, and that's not me being a cheapskate. It's me being real. Yeah, $30 can go in the gas tank, nigga. I don't care if I'm driving a fucking Chevy or fucking Hoopty or fucking Audi or fucking Lambo. $30 is $30. Now, of course, it's a scale. It's gonna be less. I'm gonna look at it like 5 cents. Niggas is rich looking at 30, but it's still $30 though. Does this the value of what you selling me in this book or trying to get me to believe? Is it worth that 30? Niggas about $30 worth of weed or a $30 bottle. It's all on what they believe more. Ooh, that's deep. They put $30 in their collection plate. It's all on what they believe more. They're gonna get $30 to that stripper. It's all on what they believe more. See what I'm saying? See how belief pushes so many different, and it's the intent to me behind your game. Are you preaching because you really trying to help people? Like I was telling y'all, I heard that spoken word thing, man. I'm gonna throw that joint up. I'm gonna find a way. I probably find a way to put it on YouTube. I'm gonna fuck around with this shit. I just gotta devote more time to shit that I like to do, yo. Because we always say we don't have time. You gonna make time for stuff that's pressing. It's a girl you really like. She talking about come through. You might make that time, or the guy that's coming through for a girl. Y'all might make the time. You movie you really want to see, you might make that time. Some food you really want to try, you gonna make the time to cook it or go to that restaurant, and you gonna make that time to spend that money on that shit. Tip the waitress or the waiter, all that shit. And it's all in your believability. Do I need to eat at this restaurant to feel like twisted crab to make me feel like, oh damn, I'm doing what everybody else doing? I'm part of the cool people now. I ate a twisted crab. I'm not knocking twisted crab. I'm just, I do shit because if I go to Twisted Crab, which I've been before, but I don't necessarily have to post it. It's nothing wrong with posting it, but do I have to make you believe that I'm on that level? Yeah, nigga, I ate a Twisted Crab. Yeah, nigga, I ate a Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, nigga, I ate at Aberdeen Farm. Yeah, nigga, I ate at Roof Chris. Because if a tree falls in the forest, did y'all hear this before? If a tree falls in the forest, do it make a sound? Yes, nigga, make a sound. Just because you didn't hear that shit, don't mean it didn't make a sound. If it's an earthquake in Cali right now, and I don't feel it in Virginia, the earthquake still happened in Cali. It still happened. That's facts. Now, it could be a lie. That's different. But the believability. If I believe the news and they say it happened. But the thing about believability, though, if you wasn't there, and that's why I understand is that did a tree fall in the forest and you don't hear it, did it happen? It's two ways to look at that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Life is deep, yo. If you wasn't there, really did it really happen? But if it did happen and you didn't hear about it, you didn't see it. That don't mean it didn't happen because you didn't see it. There's two ways to look at that. Two ways to look at that. And that's my point, bro. And sis, everybody out there, much love to everybody. I'm about to slide off from this shit real quick, and I'm gonna try to get more into this shit. This YouTube page, get this shit popping 100%. You know what I mean? Subscribe, tell people about it, share this shit, do all that good shit. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna try to just bring my viewpoint because I think I got a unique perspective on a lot of shit, and that's why I like watching a lot of podcasts and different shit. I'm in here chilling, bro. That's what I love about comfortability of being able to just talk. It ain't like going in the studio booth where the beat got to be banging. I got to jump on the rhythm, spit it a certain way, have my lyrics down. That's just because I'm a perfectionist type person. When I talk, I can just talk freely. I got one slipper on right now, nigga. I got 2 socks on, but one slipper on one of my feet, chilling. I'm chilling at the crib. I don't give a fuck. Like chilling, bro. That's the most comfortable I can get to talk about, just life, bro. Because this life, nobody got the answers. And dead men tell no tales. Dead women tell no tales. Nobody came back that I know about. You hear stories. People say I went to hell. I read a book about that one time. They were talking about the chambers of hell. They went different. They could have made this shit up. Or guess what? It could have really happened to them. Or guess what? They could have believed it really happened to them. So by them believing, they wrote a book, and the people that bought it, a lot of them might have believed it too. A lot of them might have said that's total bullshit. But it's all on believability, and it's a choice to believe anything and everything. It's a fucking choice. So yeah, man. Hey man, much love to everybody. Always good because this is like, I've been to therapy before. This is like therapy for me. It's helping me out just to talk about shit, get shit off my chest, get shit off my mind. Because my shit I don't know about y'all, man. My man is always, people always say I talk too much. Niggas like, man, you should have been make a long ass post with a paragraph for the caption. Because my man, I don't just think of simple, my shit always. So knowledge, information, processing information, it all plays into each other. And that's my belief. Like I said, everything is about believability. All these rappers y'all listening to, all these singers, you believe they're the real deal, whether their ability to sing or rap. Actors, you believe that ability to act, or you believe they are who they say they are, or they act that real because they really like that. They could be a totally different person. I give real quick. One of my favorite newer actors, the dude that played Lamar on BMF, the crazy motherfucker. I love how that dude, how he carried like that. That nigga wild, bro. But he a Grammy nigga. I wouldn't like him in real life. I don't like Grammy motherfuckers, but I like the portrayal and the fact I seen interviews. This dude is from England, bro. He's another black English actor, African actor from England. He don't even sound. He got an English accent just like Idris Elba. And Idris was damn Stringer Bell. If y'all watch The Wire, you remember the old show The Wire? That's one of my favorite. That's might be my favorite. I don't know. I got a lot of, but it's definitely top 2. I give it that. How BMF to me is up there too, as far as newer shows and movies and all that type of shit. BMF is up there. I love all that shit, but they older. BMF is up, but his portrayal, the believability. Somebody seeing him, you'll think this nigga air the whole club out, the whole parking lot. Just he talked like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And that's another thing. Just because he talked like he from England and all cheerio, and that still don't mean he ain't wild. He might, but it's just the perception of somebody that talk like Sherlock Holmes or a stereotype. They're like, oh, he's professional. He's swagged out. He's a sophisticated, dapper fellow. That nigga could be wild as a motherfucker, bro. But it's the believability and the perception. All right, man. Peace, yo. Mick out, man. I'm gonna let y'all boys, man. Heart talk. We're gonna get this shit popping, man. I'll let y'all girls, man. Everybody. Everybody watch this shit. Much love, much success, much respect, much peace to everybody, man. That's the number one thing in this life, peace, man. And that's my belief. So we'll chat again later, All right. And like I said, man, believe what you believe and watch what you believe and have a reason for what you believe. And my belief is it got to be something that's, believe in what's real and what can be proven to you. That's real, and something that's of value. You know what I mean? All right, though. Y'all stay up. Peace.